Welcome. Have you ever wondered why some celebrities seem to have tragic outcomes in their lives, such as drug overdoses, divorces, or financial disasters? You may have seen these stories in the news or heard about them from gossip YouTube channels, websites, and other social media platforms. While there is no one-size-fits-all answer to this question, one word that often comes up in discussions about celebrity tragedies is pride. In this study, we will explore the biblical perspective on why pride can lead to disastrous consequences in the lives of celebrities and how it is a problem that can affect anyone, not just those in the spotlight. So, let's dive in and learn more about the role of pride in celebrity tragedies and how we can apply this wisdom to our own lives. Celebrities, despite their fame and success, are not immune to tragedies. We often hear about celebrities facing challenges such as suicides, drug overdoses, divorces, alcoholism, and financial disasters. These occurrences are unfortunately all too common in the world of celebrities, raising questions about why this phenomenon happens. One possible explanation is the danger of becoming overly dependent on relationships or individuals, as exemplified by the story of Dr. Nandifa Magudumana. Dr. Magudumana, once seen as a successful and respected figure, has been implicated in alleged corruption, crime, and shady dealings, including being an accomplice to a notorious criminal. It is worth considering whether her strong dependency on the individual in question led her to make poor decisions and compromise her judgment. Dependency, especially when it blurs the lines between right and wrong, can have severe consequences. The story of Dr. Magudumana serves as a cautionary tale, highlighting how success, wealth, and status can crumble when one's judgment is compromised. It is a reminder that extreme dependency can result in a loss of independence, integrity, and ultimately, a wasted life. One biblical answer to this phenomenon may be the concept of pride. Pride, in this context, refers to an inflated sense of self-worth and entitlement that can cloud judgment and lead to poor decision-making. Celebrities, often thrust into the spotlight and surrounded by enablers, may develop a sense of invincibility and entitlement, leading to reckless behavior and tragic outcomes. In conclusion, the common occurrence of tragedies among celebrities, including suicides, drug overdoses, divorces, alcoholism, and financial disasters, may be influenced by factors such as extreme dependency and pride. It serves as a reminder of the importance of maintaining independence, integrity, and seeking help when needed, even in the face of fame and success. In Ezekiel's description of Satan before his fall, he is depicted as perfect, wise, and beautiful. Ezekiel 28 verses 12 to 15 says, "You were the seal of perfection, full of wisdom and perfect in beauty. You were in Eden, the garden of God. You were blameless in your ways from the day you were created till wickedness was found in you. Your heart became proud on account of your beauty, and you corrupted your wisdom because of your splendor." Satan's pride is highlighted as the root cause of his downfall. He became proud because of his beauty and corrupted his wisdom due to his splendor. His sense of self-worth and entitlement led him to rebel against God, and he sought to exalt himself above God and become like the Most High, as described in Isaiah 14 verses 12 to 14. It says, "How you have fallen from heaven, morning star, son of the dawn. You have been cast down to the earth. You said in your heart, I will ascend to the heavens, I will raise my throne above the stars of God, I will sit enthroned on the mount of assembly, on the utmost heights of Mount Zaphon. I will ascend above the tops of the clouds, I will make myself like the Most High." Satan's pride ultimately led to his downfall and destruction. His desire for self-exaltation and rebellion against God resulted in him being cast down from heaven and losing his privileged position. Similarly, in the story of Dr. Nandifa Magudumana, her dependency on an individual led her to stretch her boundaries and compromise her judgment, resulting in severe consequences. Her story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of extreme dependency and the potential loss of independence and integrity. So, Satan's pride and desire for self-exaltation, as described in biblical accounts, led to his downfall. His perfect beauty and wisdom were corrupted by his pride, resulting in severe consequences. The story of Dr. Magudumana serves as a modern-day reminder of the dangers of dependency and the importance of maintaining independence and integrity, lest one's judgment be compromised and tragic outcomes ensue. Proverbs 16 verse 18 states, "Pride goes before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall." This verse highlights the consequences of pride and arrogance, emphasizing that they can lead to destruction and downfall. Examples abound of how pride can cause people, including celebrities, to forget God and think highly of themselves. When individuals become overly self-absorbed and inflated with their own accomplishments or status, they can develop a sense of entitlement and superiority that blinds them to their own flaws and limitations. They may start to believe that they are invincible or above the rules, and this can lead to a disregard for humility, wisdom, and moral values. Arrogant pride can also lead celebrities to trust untrustworthy people and make foolish decisions in their lives, careers, relationships, marriages, and finances. When individuals are surrounded by sycophants or enablers who fuel their ego and feed their sense of self-importance, they may lose touch with reality and become detached from the consequences of their actions. They may make impulsive or reckless choices without considering the potential negative outcomes, and this can result in disastrous consequences for their personal and professional lives. The story of Dr. Nandifa Magudumana serves as a cautionary tale of how dependency, taken to extremes, can lead to a loss of independence, integrity, and ultimately, a wasted life. Her alleged involvement in corruption, crime, and shady dealings, including being an accomplice to a known criminal, may have been influenced by her excessive dependence on her relationship with Thabo Bester. Her judgment and sense of right and wrong may have been compromised due to her dependency on him, leading her to make decisions that had severe consequences. So, Proverbs 16 verse 18 warns us of the destructive nature of pride and arrogance. It can cause individuals, including celebrities, to forget God, think highly of themselves, trust untrustworthy people, and make foolish decisions. It serves as a reminder of the importance of humility, wisdom, and moral values in our lives to avoid the consequences of pride and arrogance. The story of Dr. Magudumana is a tragic reminder of how excessive dependency can lead to a loss of integrity and a wasted life. Human beings are not designed to receive worship, and according to many religious beliefs, only God is worthy of worship. Worship is an act of reverence, devotion, and adoration that is reserved for a higher power, and it is not meant to be directed towards any human being, including celebrities or individuals. When celebrities or individuals start to worship themselves or allow others to worship them, it can lead to self-centeredness and arrogance. They may develop a sense of superiority, entitlement, and self-importance, believing that they are above others and deserving of constant admiration and attention. This self-centeredness can result in a distorted view of reality, where their own needs, desires, and interests are prioritized above all else, and they may become detached from the consequences of their actions. Self-centeredness and arrogance can be detrimental to both celebrities and ordinary people alike. It can lead to a disregard for moral values, empathy, and compassion, and can result in making impulsive, reckless, and harmful decisions. In the case of Dr. Magudumana, her alleged involvement in corruption, crime, and shady dealings, including being an accomplice to a known criminal, may have been influenced by her excessive dependency on her relationship with Thabo Bester. Her judgment and sense of right and wrong may have been compromised due to her self-centeredness and arrogance, leading her to make decisions that had severe consequences. The consequences of self-centeredness and arrogance can be disastrous and tragic. It can result in the loss of integrity, reputation, relationships, and even freedom. Success, wealth, and status can quickly crumble when one's judgment is compromised, and the fallout can be severe, not only for the individuals involved but also for those around them. So, human beings are not designed to receive worship, and only God is considered worthy of worship in many religious beliefs. When individuals, including celebrities, become self-centered and arrogant, it can lead to a distorted view of reality and result in making harmful decisions with severe consequences. The story of Dr. Maggie Dumina serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of self-centeredness, arrogance, and dependency taken to extremes, and underscores the importance of humility, moral values, and integrity in leading a meaningful and fulfilling life. Human beings are not designed to receive worship, as worship is typically reserved for a higher power or deity, according to many religious beliefs. Worship is an act of reverence, devotion, and adoration that acknowledges the supreme status and authority of a divine being. While human beings may be respected, admired, and appreciated, they are not meant to be objects of worship. However, some celebrities or individuals may develop a sense of self-worship or allow others to worship them, leading to self-centeredness and arrogance. This can manifest in various ways, such as excessive self-promotion, a sense of entitlement, and a belief that they are above others. Celebrities who are constantly surrounded by fans, followers, and yes men may start to believe that they are infallible, leading to an inflated sense of self and a detachment from reality. One example of this is when celebrities become overly reliant on the adoration and attention they receive from their fans or the public. They may start to believe that they are above the law, and their sense of entitlement may lead them to engage in reckless behavior or make unethical choices, as seen in the case of Dr. Nandifa Magudumana. Once a respected figure, she has been implicated in alleged corruption, crime, and shady dealings, including being an accomplice to a known criminal. It is possible that her extreme dependency on her relationship with Thabo Bester, also known as the Facebook rapist, blurred her judgment and sense of right and wrong, leading her to make disastrous decisions. Self-centeredness and arrogance can have dire consequences, not only for celebrities but also for ordinary people. When individuals become excessively self-centered and arrogant, they may lose touch with reality and disregard moral values, empathy, and compassion. This can result in making harmful decisions that harm not only themselves but also those around them. In the case of Dr. Magudumana, her dependency on Bester may have compromised her judgment and led her to participate in illegal activities, causing her to face severe consequences, including the potential loss of her integrity, reputation, and freedom. Dr. Magudumana's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of dependency when it reaches extreme levels and blurs the lines between right and wrong. It underscores the importance of maintaining independence, integrity, and moral values, and the potential tragic outcomes of allowing self-centeredness and arrogance to guide one's actions. It is a reminder that success, wealth, and status are fleeting and can crumble when one's judgment is compromised, leading to devastating consequences. It highlights the importance of humility, ethical decision-making, and a balanced perspective on one's own worth and place in the world. The story of Dr. Nandifa Magudumana serves as a stark reminder of the importance of recognizing our limitations as human beings and giving God the glory He alone deserves. As human beings, we are not designed to receive worship or adulation. It is God who is worthy of worship, as He is the creator and sustainer of all things. One key aspect of maintaining a healthy perspective on ourselves and avoiding pride is recognizing our value as created in God's image, rather than basing our self-worth solely on our accomplishments or achievements. When we understand that our worth comes from being made in the image of God, it helps us to avoid being overly dependent on human relationships or achievements for our sense of value and purpose. This recognition can help us guard against becoming self-centered and arrogant, as we understand that our abilities and achievements are gifts from God and not something we have solely achieved on our own. Furthermore, recognizing the need to refuse to be worshipped and instead deflecting all worship and adulation to God is crucial. When we understand that worship is to be reserved for God alone, we can avoid the trap of seeking worship and adulation from others, which can lead to self-centeredness and arrogance. It also helps us to keep a proper perspective on our role as human beings and acknowledge our dependence on God for all things. Biblical humility, which involves recognizing our limitations as human beings, acknowledging God's mercy, grace, and love towards us, and giving Him the glory, can be the solution to avoiding tragedies like the one in the story of Dr. Magudumana. When we are humble before God, we are less likely to become overly dependent on human relationships or achievements, and we are more likely to make wise and discerning decisions based on a proper understanding of right and wrong. Humility helps us to maintain integrity, independence, and a healthy perspective on ourselves and others. So, recognizing the importance of giving God the glory He alone deserves, having a biblical self-image, refusing to be worshipped, and practicing biblical humility can help us avoid the dangers of self-centeredness, arrogance, and dependency on human relationships or achievements. Learning from the cautionary tale of Dr. Magudumana, we can understand the importance of keeping God at the center of our lives and acknowledging our dependence on Him in all things. In the podcast, we discussed the importance of giving glory to God and recognizing our value as created in His image, rather than basing our self-worth solely on our accomplishments. We highlighted how pride can be dangerous and can lead to poor decision-making when it becomes excessive. We also emphasized the need to refuse to be worshipped and to redirect all worship and adulation to God. The tragic story of Dr. Nandifa Magudumana served as a cautionary tale about the dangers of dependency, where her excessive reliance on her relationship with Thabo Bester compromised her judgment and led her to engage in alleged corruption and crime. We reflected on whether she would have made the same bad decisions if her dependency on Bester had not been so strong, and how dependency, when taken to extremes, can lead to a loss of independence, integrity, and ultimately, a wasted life. As listeners, we encourage you to reflect on the dangers of pride and the importance of giving glory to God, recognizing that our worth comes from being created in His image rather than from worldly achievements. We challenge you to examine your own dependencies and ensure that they do not compromise your judgment or lead you to compromise your values. Let us strive for humility, recognizing God's mercy, grace, and love, and avoid the pitfalls of excessive dependency and pride. In conclusion, pride can be a destructive force in the lives of celebrities and ordinary people alike. When individuals become overly focused on themselves, their accomplishments, and the adulation they receive from others, it can lead to a sense of arrogance, self-centeredness, and a distorted self-image. This can result in poor decision-making, strained relationships, and tragic outcomes. The biblical solution to combat pride is to recognize that all glory and worship belong to God alone, and to humbly acknowledge our value as beings created in His image. By deferring praise to God and maintaining a biblical perspective on our self-worth, we can avoid the pitfalls of pride and strive for a healthy, balanced, and fulfilling life. So, let's remember to give credit where it is due, stay humble, and focus on living lives that honor and glorify God, rather than seeking self-centered admiration. The principles discussed regarding the dangers of pride and the need for humility and a biblical self-image can have practical applications in the lives of many people. Here are some key takeaways. Humility and gratitude. Practicing humility and gratitude can help young people develop a healthy perspective on their talents, achievements, and the recognition they receive. Recognizing that their abilities and opportunities are gifts from God and being grateful for them can help prevent a sense of entitlement and arrogant pride. Self-awareness and self-reflection. Encouraging young people to regularly reflect on their motives, attitudes, and behaviors can help them become more self-aware. This self-awareness can help them identify and address any tendencies towards self-centeredness, vanity, or arrogance, and make necessary adjustments in their thoughts and actions. Valuing others. Teaching young people to value and appreciate others, rather than constantly seeking validation and admiration for themselves, can foster humility and healthy relationships. Encouraging them to show genuine interest in others, listen attentively, and practice empathy can cultivate a mindset of humility and selflessness. Accountability and wise decision-making. Encouraging young people to be accountable for their actions and decisions can help them avoid impulsive or reckless behavior driven by arrogance or self-centeredness. Teaching them to seek counsel from trusted mentors or advisors before making important decisions can provide them with wise guidance and prevent potential tragedies. Recognizing the dangers of pride. Educating young people about the negative consequences of pride, including the potential for personal failures, broken relationships, and public scrutiny, can help them understand the importance of humility and self-awareness. Highlighting real-life examples of celebrities or public figures who have experienced the detrimental effects of pride can serve as cautionary tales. Cultivating a healthy self-image. Encouraging people to develop a healthy self-image based on their intrinsic value as human beings created in the image of God, rather than external achievements or recognition, can foster a sense of groundedness and humility. Teaching them to find their identity and worth in God's love and acceptance can provide a solid foundation for their self-esteem. By applying these principles in their lives, people can develop a humble, self-aware, and other-centered perspective that can help them navigate challenges, make wise decisions, and avoid the pitfalls of pride. Ultimately, embracing a biblical understanding of humility and self-worth can lead to a more fulfilling and purposeful life.